Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Y'all, today we're going to be talking about Mama June's daughter, Pumpkin, who is just as scandalous as Mama June. A lot of people don't know that. We didn't know that, right? If you follow my channel, you guys know I used to love Mama June's family. I used to love Pumpkin and Josh. I was all for a reality TV show just centered around Pumpkin and Josh raising their kids. Once I kind of figured out how, who Mama June was and all the things that she had done to her kids, I was no longer pro Mama June and I was all about Pumpkin and Josh until we learned the truth about them as well. Pumpkin, she was cheating on her husband, Josh, allegedly. We're watching the divorce play out on the recent season of Mama June Family Crisis. Well, something that's super interesting if you're watching this season, I'm going live on TikTok every Friday night to watch it. And a lot of you guys here in the chat right now, you guys are there. If you don't have a place to watch Mama June, join me live on TikTok. We go live at 8:30 Central Time and we watch the episode together and then we talk about it. So if you want to have a place to watch it and just have a community where you can discuss the episode, follow me over on TikTok. The link is in my description box. I think it's just Elle Bee _official. Okay, so this season, it literally starts. Episode 1 literally starts with Pumpkin telling their therapist, their marriage counselor, that she is done. She wants a divorce, that she is ready to be happy, that she has spent a lot of her time not being happy. She wants to be happy, right? And then it goes to just a few, like 3 episodes later. Oh, not the next episode, but the one after that, she tells Josh, episode 3 of the season, she tells Josh, I want a divorce. By episode 5, Pumpkin's boyfriend is in the background of filming. Mind you, they want us to believe that Pumpkin is just starting to put herself out there, that she is, going to have a hot girl summer. Pumpkin on the prowl is what they titled season 7, episode 5, Pumpkin on the Prowl. And they want us to believe, she's young. She's been with Josh so many years. So she's going to enjoy herself. She's going to date around. But in reality, the truth about it was she was already in a full blown committed relationship with Darren, Josh's cousin. They'd already got matching tattoos together and they were already out publicly. A lot of what we're watching was reenacted. Pumpkin telling Josh she wanted a divorce. This was reenacted months later. Them traveling for Alana's birthday. If that did happen when they want us to believe, it literally happened 3 weeks after she filed for a divorce. So we're going to watch it, you guys, because it's wild. Okay. So I have a little video I put together where I can show you guys that Darren is in the background of filming for Mama June, not just once, but twice. And I heard through the background, this is just what I heard through a source of mine, that once Pumpkin and Josh decided to get a divorce, and once Josh found out that she was with Darren, that he told production, I will continue filming the show. We can film, us getting a divorce. I'll film, reenactments, whatever you guys want me to do. But the second you guys film Darren, I am out. That's what I heard. That Josh said, I will film, but if y'all film with Darren, I will quit. And I've also heard that's caused some problems with Pumpkin and Darren because Darren wants to film. And it looks like he did sneak his little way into it. I mean, everybody knew he was there. I'm even like, come on, production, you know what you did there. Production knew they were catching Darren in the background. Well, let's go ahead. We're going to watch a clip. We're going to start at episode 1. Okay, so this is episode 1. Season 7, episode 1. It's titled Love and Marriage. And this is where Pumpkin tells the marriage therapist that she wants a divorce.
I guess the only better thing is I guess coming to realization that this really might be it for me. But really, I think I'm at the point of getting a divorce.
That can I just say they did that marriage counselor dirty? Because today I had to go back and watch a lot of the episodes to get all this put in order, right? And they literally made her look like she barely said anything besides, Hmm. I mean, I even questioned if she was a legitimate marriage counselor. When I first watched the first episode with you guys are on TikTok, I said, I wonder if she's like a member of production. I thought maybe she was a member of production pretending to be a marriage therapist, just, because this was all a reenactment. They had already split up by this point. But I did look her up. She is a legitimate marriage counselor. She also works with families who are going through a divorce to help them through that transition. She works with men and women who are planning their divorce, decided to divorce, and as they go through the process of a divorce. That I didn't even know there was therapists that did that are like divorce specialized therapists. But yeah, if you look up her page, it will say that she also works with divorce, like helping you go through your divorce, the wife and the husband together. So I thought, wow, that was interesting. And it also, we know they were already going to get a divorce. So if that's, I wonder if that's why they brought her in. Who knows? Maybe not. Okay, so after Pumpkin told the marriage therapist, the marriage counselor, after she told her that she has decided she wants a divorce, that's what it is. She wants a divorce. This lady said, "Well, when do you want to tell Josh? Do you want to tell him at the next session that you guys have? You'll have another session in a few days. Do you want to tell him here? This is a safe place. Maybe if you tell him here, he can deal with his emotions, and then once y'all leave here, it'll be better for him to handle it. If you can tell him here." So she said yes. Pumpkin said yes. I will tell Josh that I want a divorce at the next session. Okay, now that was all that we got from episode 1 that, like I said, was titled Love and Marriage. This was part of episode 2, and the reason I'm going through these because I just want everybody to get an idea. Episode 1, she tells the therapist she wants a divorce. Episode 3, she tells Josh she wants a divorce. By episode 5, her boyfriend is in the background. That's insanity. Okay, this is episode 2, and there's not much about the divorce in this episode in particular. Pumpkin holds her pop-up event. Josh helps Pumpkin at the pop-up event. Holy crap, I've had a little too much coffee today. Okay, Pumpkin held her pop-up event. Josh helps her. While he's there helping, he feels like Pumpkin doesn't even want him there. Now, a little birdie told me that Darren was at this pop-up event, this vendor event that Pumpkin held, and that he was there with Josh. That's what I was told. A little birdie told me that Darren was with Josh at this pop-up event. Now, if you do look at Pumpkin in this pop-up event, I do think this was filmed before the divorce, right? There's no tattoo. The lip tattoos is not there. And if you just go back and you look up when they had held the pop-up event, it was before she filed for divorce. It was before August. So this is what my understanding of this is, right? Darren was hanging out with Josh and rode like with Josh to the event, left with Josh from the event. And I'm like, so you mean to tell me Darren is sleeping with his first cousin's wife? And what does he start doing once he starts sleeping with his cousin's wife? Oh, he starts hanging out with the cousin all of a sudden. He starts popping up, hanging out with the cousin all of a sudden. That way, he can also be around his cousin's wife, who he's currently having an affair with. So yes, I want to say she even told me that on the clip where Josh was backing out, that Darren was in the truck with Josh, and Josh at this point had no idea, right? Okay, so let's continue. I did put a little picture on there to show. All right, Pumpkin host pop-up event. Pumpkin and Josh barely speak. Darren was there. There's a picture. After my source had told me that Darren was there, well, today when I knew I was going to do this video, I decided to go look at Pumpkin's Facebook page. I decided to go look at Pumpkin's Facebook page from the event to see if I could find a picture of Darren. And he was in the background of one of the pictures that I zoomed in with. Okay. This is season 7, episode 3. It's titled The D Word. This is where Pumpkin tells Josh that she wants a divorce. And she basically says she is finally done putting everyone else first, that she is going to put herself and her happiness first, and she's going to make herself happy. Now, here's where she tells Josh that she wants a divorce.
How are you doing today?
Been all right.
Yeah. Okay.
Best I can be.
I get that. I get.
Now, at this point, this is a reenactment. He knew already, they already had this discussion. You guys got to understand this. By this point that they filmed this, Pumpkin already had the tattoo. Her and Darren were public by this point. So after all this happens, production wasn't there for it, I don't guess. So they come back months later and they're like, we need you guys to reenact this. We need you guys to film together, need you to film telling your husband that you want a divorce. Josh, we need you to sit beside your ex-wife who is boning your cousin and film her telling you that she wants a divorce. Isn't that wild? That they literally reenacted this stuff despite I don't know if I could have done it. I couldn't have done it. I could not have sat there acting like we were still together and that she was just about to tell me she wanted a divorce. I think I would have yelled out, this reenactment, oh, I want a divorce. I want to make myself happy. I would have been like, yeah, because you're sleeping with my cousin, Darren. Yeah, I probably would have had to say something. But there's no doubt Josh cried during, this season. He got emotional a lot so far. And this because it is still very real and raw to him. Josh did not want a divorce. Pumpkin did. So despite the fact that they reenacted these moments and they filmed later on, he definitely was still very tore up about this.
That. So, Pumpkin, you want to share anything?
I think it would just be better if maybe we just both put our put our big girl panties on and we just file for a divorce.
She's literally already with Darren at this point.
Hey, y'all.
Okay, so this is the next the next episode, season 7, episode 4. And this is titled Court and Canoodle. And there's a lot that happens in this episode. But the first part that we're going to watch is where Pumpkin and Josh met with the lawyer to discuss the divorce. And this is just a very quick little glimpse of it.
Good to see you. Hey, Josh. Lauren.
Hey.
So, a divorce. What's going on?
I wish Josh would have been like, well, she's been sleeping with my cousin. But no, he kept, more than likely, I feel like Josh was probably able to demand more money. But they probably did tell him, you have to go with this. You have to act like all of this is happening in real time. So he probably signed a new contract for more money. For more money, he had his stipulations, they had theirs, in order for this to move forward the way that it will work for everyone. All right, so also in episode 5, episode 5 is the one that has a lot of things in it. Sorry. Okay, so episode 5 is titled Pumpkin on the Prowl. Keep in mind, episode 3, she tells her husband, who she's been with since she was 16 years old. Episode 3, she tells him she wants a divorce. This is episode 5. It's titled Pumpkin on the Prowl. The fact that, if that was me, and I'm like, dang, on my TV show, episode 3 was me telling my husband, the husband of my 4 children, the man that I've been with since I was 16. Episode 3 was me telling him I wanted a divorce. Episode 5 is titled Pumpkin on the Prowl, and I'm already stuck in my phone and my boyfriend's singing in the back end. You know what the background. It's probably in the back end too, but the background. I would definitely, I wonder if Pumpkin knows, yeah, I'm a little bit more like my mom than I would like to admit. I would love to see Pumpkin say, yes, I screwed up. Yes, I was a hoe bag. Yes, I moved on very quickly. You know what I'm saying? This is my first time watching that. Oh, thank you. We are happy that you are enjoying it here. Josh, was it comedic relief? No, right. And normally he is. Like normally Josh on the show, like he, especially when they are doing these confessionals, he's cutting up, he's joking, he's laughing. But yeah, this season was not that for him. Okay, so on this little clip, we're gonna watch Pumpkin and Paisley. They're at dinner or they're at lunch, and Pumpkin's phone keeps going off, and Paisley brings it up.
You seem awfully happy.
I mean, I'm vibing.
I'm
Okay.
vibing. She said I'm vibing, but I think she meant I'm cheating.
Who you texting?
Nobody.
Suspicious.
Mhm.
I'm just watching the kids.
Okay, in this clip, if you guys do or don't watch, I'll tell y'all, fill everybody in on what happens on this clip. Pumpkin is at home with her kids. It is her week with the kids. And she gets Jesse to come over to babysit because she's going out on a business dinner. Ella wanted to go. Ella's like, well, let me go. I want to go. And she's like, no, Ella, you can't go. Jesse walks in to get there to babysit the kids. And Jesse says, where are you going? And she says, I got a business lunch. I got a business dinner. And Jesse says, with who? Paisley? Because, we're the only two that works for your business. So if it's not me, it's got to be her, right? And Pumpkin's like, no, it don't matter, whatever. And she walks out. Then Jesse calls Paisley because she's like, if you have a business dinner, it's going to be with your employees and you only have two.
Pumpkin said she had to go somewhere, but she's acting a little funny. I mean, do you know something I don't know? That she's dating now?
No, but I do know she been on her phone way too much.
Said no, but I do know she's been on her phone a lot.
Not be talking to somebody.
Well, alrighty. Let me go get these kids before they hurt each other. All right, bye.
I love that song.
Coast is clear.
Okay. Now, Pumpkin, when she walks out of her fake production house, she says, oh, the coast is clear. And she ditches her blue jean jacket, which I thought was cute. And she takes off her black pants. I thought the outfit was cute. To be honest, I thought the outfit she had on was cuter for a day than what she ended up wearing, which is a black dress. But I guess you know what she's thinking. Easy access, more than likely. All right, let's continue. See, I mean, I guess it's decent, but I thought.
What's up with the outfit change in the garage?
It's the new Mama P era, and that's all I'm gonna say.
It's the new Mama P era. All right, this is the same episode 5, where they have 1 week to get out of the shop. 1 week to get out of that shop. They are trying to, bag everything up, put everything in boxes so they can get out. And Pumpkin is once again occupied by her phone.
Girl, you gonna be texting on that phone all day, or you gonna help us move? We have a week to move out.
I know. We're gonna get it done though.
I know, right, Mama? Me neither.
Something's not adding up. She can't
Right,
keep
Kristen?
that phone down. There's something going on. Are you swiping left or right over there, Punky?
Jesse, shut up. Well, I mean, I know you're busy.
Okay, now in this clip is where Mama June comes to tell them that she has planned a surprise getaway to Colorado because Anna and Alana's birthday is coming up. Anna, obviously, no longer with them, but Alana's up in Colorado. So she's like, I booked this all a flight to Colorado to go surprise Alana for her birthday. And Pumpkin, acting like she cares, is like, but did you invite Josh? I mean, he helped raise her. In reality, we know they did not invite Josh because Darren went. And I doubt she wanted to make herself look, like the Mama P we all see on the show, and that we have all for years we really liked her because we didn't see the real Mama P behind the scenes. She wanted to continue pretending to be that Mama P, the Mama P that cared. When in reality, we know that's not who she is.
Lana and Anna's birthday is coming up, and it's like our first birthday without Anna.
I know.
And I know Alana is like struggling with that. So
Yes,
I already
Alicia.
booked us flights to go out there. We're gonna fly out the night before Alana's birthday, spend Alana's birthday with her, and then come back here.
Did you invite Josh?
Why the hell would I invite Josh?
I mean, he was a big part of Lana's life.
Why would I invite him? Y'all aren't together no more.
And Mama June's like, didn't you tell me Darren was going? I already bought Darren's ticket. What are we doing here? Just kidding. Alicia, yes, I think they told Ella twice. That is just me being honest. Do I know this for facts? Well, keeping up with the timeline, yes. Yeah, because Pumpkin had the lips tattoo already when they told Ella, and they did not get that was like 2 months after the divorce and after she even came out with this guy. Let me see. Hold on. When did the tattoos happen? Late October to early November was when they happened. And she filed August 1st. Yes, the show was definitely supporting the cheating and the lying. So August 1st, she filed. Her divorce was granted August 28th because they agreed on everything. So August 28th, her divorce was granted. So 3 months later, she gets the lips tattooed on her. And the lips was already on her when they told Ella. So yeah, they definitely told Ella. They reenacted that moment they told Ella. Okay, so let's continue. Now we're going to watch where they are going on the trip and you can see Darren.
Guys, we are on the train.
Okay. Oh, I thought I turned the audio off that one. Hold on. All right. If you see, they're in the elevator or on the train or something. There's a guy back there in a blue shirt. Y'all see him holding the handle right there? I'm pretty positive that's Darren. All right. Now, this is the dub release that Alana had planned that supposedly she told her family not to come, that she did not want them because she wanted a peaceful birthday. I don't think that happened. I don't think this was all planned. Like, she knew they were coming. This was filmed strictly for the show. None of this is real. It's so crazy how much of this is fake. Like, when you start digging into these shows and then and you pay attention to them on social media, you watch their IG stories, you watch their TikToks, you watch their Facebook posts, and then you see that they all went to Colorado and it was like a big planned trip that they were posting about it before they even went. So Alana had to have known. And then they film them showing up as a surprise. It's like, wait a minute. I watched you guys in real time. All right, so as you guys can see right there, the guy in the dark colored shirt and the dark colored shorts and the tan hat, that is Darren. The guy in the white shirt and the black shorts, that is Draco. So as the family's walking up to Alana and Draylon, acting like they just got there, acting like they're there to surprise them, Darren and Draco, they walk off to the side.
We had a 24-hour flight. Yeah.
Why y'all didn't stay for longer? At least a day. Tink and Caitlin have to go to school. Yeah. So it's a turnaround.
I mean, y'all are absolutely insane, but I guess I appreciate it.
So is this the best follow-up I did?
You brought the babies. That made it a lot better. Well, come on.
All right, well, there's Darren right there. And I'm pretty sure it was not no 24-hour turnaround. I want to say they were there for like a week.
Man.
Anna.
Right. There he is again. He's got his daughter in his lap.
Say bye-bye, Anna.
There he is right there. Draco is standing beside him. His daughter's in his lap. And this is season 7, episode 5 that the boyfriend is called in the background. Season 7, episode 3 is where Pumpkin told Josh she wanted a divorce. So the fact that he was already in the episode in the background, busted. Exactly, Mama. Exactly. Busted. And I do wonder if this is going to be enough for Josh to be like, y'all know what y'all did. Production, y'all film enough shots. You could have added shots of this dove release without putting Darren in the background. If I was Josh, there would be no way that I felt this was done on accident. Production knew that they had him in the background and didn't care, allowed him to be in the background. And like I said, I heard that Josh has said if Darren is filmed, he will no longer film. So I don't know where that's going to go from here. I don't know if by this point Josh is like, you know what, maybe he's not as emotional about the situation as maybe he was when he made this deal. maybe it's like it's not enough for him. You know, it's just the background. It's not like he's sitting in a confessional next to Pumpkin talking about their life, you know, on the show that I used to be on with her. So he may not even care at this point, but I do think the show knew what they were doing with this. But it also shows that Pumpkin was not in her Pumpkin on the Prowl era. Pumpkin was Pumpkin getting plowed era by Josh's cousin. Like that's what it was, you know. Um, what's Josh's new girlfriend look like? Hold on, I can show you. She's really pretty. Bear with me. This is Josh and his new girlfriend and their baby. She had their baby in May, which a lot of people was like, wait, if Pumpkin filed for divorce August 1st, May, I think that's like 9 months. What is it? August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, that is 9 months that's 9 months from August to May. So I've seen a lot of people say, like, oh, Josh must have cheated too. Josh must have cheated too. But she did have this baby 2 months early. That's why I was in the NICU for some time. And she did get pregnant like very quickly. Like I think this girl got pregnant like a month into her and Josh talking. I mean, he don't even have swimmers. He's got like Olympic swimmers. Like his little swimmers are like gold medalists. You know what I'm saying? He needs to get snipped, like really seriously. He's gonna walk by somebody and get them pregnant if he don't calm down. But yeah, so also it's clear, it is very clear that my husband says good man, definitely an improvement. Yes. So I wouldn't want to accidentally brush up against him. I know that's right. So August 1st was when she filed. August 28th is when it was finalized. But from what was said, Pumpkin said this on a live stream. June talked about it. They were split for a little bit before they even filed. Now, I don't know how long they had been split. Pumpkin and June both said, oh, they were split for a while before anybody knew. They were split for a while before they even filed for a divorce. But I was following Pumpkin on TikTok and literally like maybe a month before she filed, her and Josh were making videos together. So that was kind of weird for me because we find out on August 1st that Pumpkin filed for a divorce. And then I'm like, wait a minute, they were just on TikTok the other day. Like, what, really? So I remember going back on her TikTok page to find like, wait, they were just filming TikToks, like happy, like loving TikToks, you know, singing to each other, laughing, smiling. So it was literally like a month earlier. Like he hadn't been in any of our videos for like a month, maybe, but it wasn't that long. So at most, I guess, you know, they were split up for a month, maybe. But yeah, Josh's girlfriend, her name is Brianna. Their daughter is Sadie, and she was born early. She was in the NICU, but she is now out of the NICU. Obviously, she's home. That picture says she's home. And this is, in fact, Josh's baby mama. There's been a couple of times where I've mentioned Josh's baby mama on a TikTok or something, and everybody's like, "That's not his baby. That's Darren's baby." And I'm like, "We're not talking about Keely, guys. We're talking about Brianna." They were definitely talking behind. Oh, they were. That's been proven, Mindy. We do know that she was with Darren behind Josh's back. Like that's, yeah, case closed with that one. Guilty as charged. You know what I'm saying? That's why we call her Pumpkin's. Yeah, that's why we call her boyfriend the husband. Pumpkin never intended to fix her marriage. She used the counselor to tell Josh she wanted a divorce. Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what she did. 1,000%. Well, poor Ella having to relive that conversation, let alone it being on TV. Yeah, that's what I thought was kind of awkward. I would be like, I can relive these moments, I can reenact these moments, but I'm not going to bring my kids into it. I'm not going to have my kids do it. Like me doing it is one thing, but asking my no, I would not ask my kids to do that. That would be really weird, in my opinion. It's funny that the show's not even being thorough anymore with trying to hide things. Too many people know it's fake now. I get you're exactly. A lot of people know that the house is fake. A lot of people know how much is fake, and we still watch it, but it's still entertaining. So guess I'll be watching. So yeah, you guys, Friday nights over on TikTok, LB_official. We go live at 8:30 Central Time to watch the newest episode of Mama June. So join me. Last Friday night, we went live, we watched it, and then Mama June was on a live talking about Pumpkin and Josh's divorce. So then we went and watched her live on our live. So it was a good time. That's why on the show Ella didn't really seem upset. Yeah, because I mean, she had already they were already split. Yeah, for sure. Do you think they would ever get back together? Well, I don't think they I don't know. I'm not going to say never because Darren and Pumpkin will not last. I don't think Darren and Pumpkin's going to last. I do think Pumpkin is like she done fell hard for Darren. But Darren is a user, allegedly. I mean, I've talked to several people that know this man. He was married to the same woman like 3 times, and he kept using her and, for her for financial gain, and she finally was like, "Okay, no more." Ex-girlfriends talk about how he financially ruins you, how he wants you to buy him this, buy him that, and, then he don't pay the note. I have heard that, I mean, when Pumpkin started dating him, well, not when she started, but months after dating him, she ruined her boutique. She literally financially ruined it. Pumpkin's boutique was doing really good. I used to watch it when she was mainly on TikTok, and I remember trying to figure out how much money she was making, just like from the sales and her gifts, and it was thousands of dollars. I remember nights being like, knowing like that she had made over $6,000 in one night on TikTok between the gifts and the sales that she was doing, right? And just being like, wow, she just made a really smart business move to start doing TikToks to where she sells things and, she's getting gifts. Well, she started buying more inventory. She got a website. She had a really smart idea, and it was successful. She was buying more merch. She was, her and Josh and the kids went to Disney. Her and Josh and his mom went to Disney. They were doing trips. And then she gets with Darren. They continue to do trips. She buys Darren a boat, and then all of a sudden, all the money's gone. And she owes people items from the shop that they ordered. And she owes people money. And then she kind of ruined her boutique, which now I think she started her boutique again. I did see a post where she said she was going to start her boutique again, start doing her boutique again. But I don't doubt that, this is, Darren's doing. I hear that he's like money hungry type of person, wants money spent on him. I also heard, and this is just take it for what you want, take it with a grain of salt if you want. I also heard that when everything happened with the boutique and they were broke, Darren wanted Pumpkin to talk to production about him being on the show, and he told Pumpkin she needed to get another job, and that's why Pumpkin started working at Academy because they were broke, and Darren was like, you need to get another job." That is just things that I've heard. So I don't think I really, also, if you keep up with this, you know that Pumpkin has already had issues with him. Alana found out that Darren had another Snapchat account that nobody knew about. Let me see. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna bring something up just so you ain't gotta just look at me. Okay, so so I think Darren will. Okay, Alana found a Snapchat account that was Darren's. Darren had told Pumpkin he would not have one because he doesn't behave on them. He talks to people behind the scenes, la-di-da-di-da. But after he said he wouldn't have one, Alana found that he had a secret Snapchat. And then he asked Pumpkin if they could have an open relationship and bring a third person in. And I think Pumpkin was going to do it, but then, I know she consulted with the girl that she cheated on Josh with. She consulted her about it. She was like, so yeah, Darren wants, us to have an open relationship. What do you think about that? So I don't think they'll last. I think Pumpkin is very much in like this honeymoon phase right now. I think she really likes him, but I think she will get tired of it. It may take her 10 years. I don't know, but she'll get tired of being treated like that if he don't change. I've heard that Josh still is really tore up about this and that Josh would still take his family back if he could. Now, I was told that like maybe a month or so ago, and the person that told me this knows them, but I don't know. Like, he does have another baby now, so I do feel kind of bad to say that. Like, I don't want his baby mama to watch it and be like, what? But so maybe my source heard this before he had another baby. I don't know, but obviously he's tore up about this. She's going to get tired of the boyfriend and want Josh back. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. Oh, Kathleen. Yes, Kathleen, you're in my TikToks. Thank you. You're so very right. Josh's new girlfriend is what? Yeah, I think she's really pretty for sure. The family disliked Josh because he held them accountable and he was funny when, yeah, he did hold them accountable and none of them like that. They don't like that. They like men you can just run over and that will just take things laying down. And you want to know, like Justin is kind of like that. You know how Justin told Pumpkin on one of the latest episodes, I've been trying to stop your mama's pop-ups for the past 3 years. That ain't worked yet. Put your foot down, Justin. But the type of guy that would put his foot down was Josh. Also, Anna's ex, Michael, was one of those that did not take Mama June's crap. That's why Mama June never liked him. And even though I do like Eldridge, I do feel like Eldridge is kind of scared to say anything in the family. So he just kind of lays down and takes their crap. So they like Eldridge. Megan says, how did Josh meet his girlfriend? I really don't know. I don't know. It's like I said, she's going to lose him the same way she got him. As Justin Timberlake says, what goes around comes around. She might be young, but she's old enough to know what karma is. True story. 100%. Anyways, you guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. But I thought that was interesting. Is production purposely trying to out Pumpkin? Are they trying to be like, hey, look what Pumpkin's doing. Here's our boyfriend. Or do they really think nobody would catch it? How does Josh feel about this? But it definitely does blow up Pumpkin's timeline of, after her and Josh split, that for a minute she was, vibing Pumpkin on the prowl, when in reality she was not on the prowl. She was already in a full-blown committed relationship. So the show definitely, can't run with that anymore, Pumpkin, because the show kind of outed you there. You guys let me your thoughts in the comment section below. Yes, this will stay up, Megan. My YouTube videos, I usually never take them down. Now, if WeTV takes it down because I showed clips, I'll have to appeal it, and hopefully it'll come back up soon. You guys go check out Fatal Files with Elle. As y'all may or may not know, Brian Koberger had his plea hearing today. It was earlier today, and he pled guilty to 4 counts of the unaliving of the college students. He also pled guilty to burglary. And I got that video up over on Fatal Files with Elle, just kind of the shorter version, because there are the longer versions out there where there's a lot of stuff that said that like really didn't interest me. I didn't care to hear it. So I kind of kept the bits up of, the defense talking, the prosecution talking, the judge explaining things, and where Brian Koberger himself stands up and says, yes, he did it. I mean, I don't think we've ever even heard Brian Koberger's voice. Not that I can remember. And then today in court, Brian Koberger was asked, did you go to King Road with the intent to unalive Maddie Mogan, Zena Kernoodle, did I say her name right? Kaylee, like the judge asked, did you go there with the intent to unalive these people? And he said, yes. So that was the first time we've ever heard him say anything like that. I don't even think we've even heard his voice at all. I do have that up on Fatal Files with Elle. The link is in the description box if you guys want to go check it out. The link to all of my other pages is in the description box. You guys go follow me everywhere. And I will see y'all later. Bye, guys.